Kandinsky's Yellow, Red, Blue was painted in 1925 after he'd started working at the Bauhaus, a revolutionary art school, where they wanted artists to be more practical, but practical craftsmen to be more artistic. That involved him teaching theory lessons as well as practical painting classes. It really made him stop and think about how art worked, about how colour works, how composition works. And we start to see the fruits of those investigations in this very painting. The title itself, Yellow, Red, Blue, explains to us that this is not an incoherent sequence of marks and dashes, a random choice of colours on the painting. It also implies that we read the painting from left to right. In that way, we see the yellow in a rectangle standing out like a flare or a lighthouse on the left-hand side of the painting, moving through to the darker area on the right, dominated by a deep blue circle. The transition between them is really marked out by a red cross shape slightly at an angle. And then the black lines which cut across them lead our eyes back towards the beginning of the image. We don't see colour digitally. It doesn't have an absolute value. We see it in relationship to other colours. And if you think about the colour wheel, if you have yellow at the top and red and blue at the bottom, red and blue make purple. So yellow and purple are opposite to one another. Notice how on the left-hand side of the painting, it's mauves and violets around the outside of the painting, the background to the yellow centre of the left-hand side. Whereas on the right-hand side, where we have the dark blue circle, it is the yellows which predominate outside, a sense of contrast which moves across the work. Kandinsky was profoundly influenced by music. In fact, he was synesthetic, which means that any one feeling or emotion triggers another. The senses feed into one another. He said that painting was a bit like playing the piano. Each time the artist puts his brush onto the surface of the canvas is a bit like a pianist pressing a key on the piano. You could press hard, you could press lots of notes together to create a chord. And so we get this sense of rhythms and structures, of harmonies, of clashes in music in the same way as we do with painting. This was just the beginning of his researches, one which was to continue for the rest of his life. I'm Richard Stemp, and this is London Art Studies.